I found it. There you go, recording in progress. Excuse me before I said it. Hold on a second. Actually, one fucker. Now shut up, Devaney, will you? I have to adjust
We're
my
off to a
life.
flying start.
No, hold on.
Yeah, Devaney has just replaced "shut the fuck up" Brosnan with "shut the fuck up" Devaney. Isn't that a P? Yeah, that's it.
Hold on.
Still not going to work.
Oh no, Jesus, Peter, turn that off. We don't want to see you in fucking.
No, I'm trying because I was too.
You don't want to see your bad side.
Would you shut the fuck up, the laddies? I'm just trying to fucking adjust the light here. There you go.
No, turn it off, Peter. You're better looking.
Jeez, I'm blinded now. Can't fucking see anything. Anyway, where's my notebook gone?
Far too many crevices in your forehead.
No, Jesus, I can see him too clear. It's like looking at HD. I don't need that shit.
Well-oiled machine.
Perfect, Peter. Work.
Do that again. Do that again. Yeah. Now stay there. Don't move.
Yeah. Leave it.
All good.
Say nothing. Say.
No picture, no sound. Be great.
Jeez, you wouldn't want to be fucking sensitive on this fucking show anyway, I tell you.
Martin, it's a pity we couldn't fucking mute him actually.
He's the one with the mute button, actually, isn't he?
Hang on, where's the take control on this again?
I gladly give it over to you, Peter. I gladly give it over to you. Anyway, after all that, folks, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome one and all to our weekly chat. Now, the reason there is only 4 of us is that there was too many of us to have on the screen at once. So myself,
sack the rest of the fuckers, isn't that right, Peter? To set up their old rival organisation, party political broadcast.
On behalf of, who gives a fuck?
The real
So myself, Peter, Matt, and Claire are doing one video of our usual review of last week's games and looking forward to next week's games and anything else that pops up in between. Danny Brosnan, Sarah, James, and I think possibly Richard Holland will be posting their own video because 8 on the screen is just too much, so we just had to split it so you get double the critique and the comments on the games. Now, before we kick off, I want to say a big shout out to Sarasota Rugby Club in Florida, who are well deserved of a shout out. Coming from Ireland, Sarasota Rugby Club, how the hell are you? And we hope you're keeping well. They have, if you're interested, if you're in the area in Florida and you're interested in taking part, or even just seeing how the game of rugby is played and what it's all about, they have their junior training every Tuesday and Thursday between 6 and 7. And then they have their senior training again Tuesday and Thursday, but from 7 to 8:30. So Sarasota Rugby Club, go for it. There you go. Now, ladies and
road trip.
Sorry,
road trip to Sarasota Rugby Club. The IRB on tour. Could you imagine that?
You get pens for that, Peter.
There'd be fucking body bags if we went to fucking Sarasota. Would just stop.
Brosnan wouldn't make it, I don't think.
No. Brosnan wouldn't have a fucking clue. He'd be going, where? There's no fucking heifers here. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, how are we? Peter Martin, Matt Boland. I was going to call you Matt Hollywood there. Matt Boland, how are you? Claire Devaney, how are you? Long time no see.
Yeah, all the way since Friday. Saturday evening. Oh, actually, today. Forgot about that one.
Yeah, because you were fucking late.
I apologize. I was doing some work. I was doing my
whatever.
Do you want the truth, actually?
No.
You sent me the message. I was like, right, drive around. Then I completely forgot about you. And I went, oh, keep outside.
You should have left him fucking hanging longer.
Only for something popped up in the group chat. And I went, oh, fuck, Borky's outside. Better run.
Yeah. You're
Sorry, Peter.
all right, just anyway.
Fine.
Right, folks, rugby games last week.
Yeah.
First game, I actually got this prediction wrong. My God. Peter Martin, I'll go to you first. Edinburgh v Munster. Edinburgh 17, Munster 38. Kind of went according to script, really, didn't it?
Yeah, I got this one wrong as well. I thought Edinburgh would. So there you go. Company for you. Yeah, look, I caught a few the last probably 15-20 minutes of the match. based on the comments I'd seen on the group and whatever, like Edinburgh had started well, Munster seemed to be asleep, and there were 3 points down, I think, at half time, and then Munster came out, obviously got their arses chewed, played, blew them off the park, and the bit that I saw at the end, Edinburgh looked absolutely fucking clueless in attack. Munster just basically were aggressive, flying speed, shut everything down before it even got started. So, yeah, Edinburgh looked like a rudderless bunch really at the end.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. Matt, did you see the game?
I didn't see the Munster match, but I had a feeling my prediction was right. I predicted Munster to win. So, I mean, not really that many teams up in Scotland or in Wales, in fact, that are kind of really at the pegging at the moment. So it was a pretty easy prediction for me. Didn't see the game. I didn't even record it, to be honest. Normally I have them all set to season record, but sure, I fucking forgot this weekend.
Come here. Sorry, Claire, before I go to you, Matt, you mentioned there that the Scottish and the Welsh teams aren't up to much. What do you put that down to?
Jesus. I suppose Wales is probably the fact that the grassroots and the club rugby over there isn't the best scene. In Scotland, I'm pretty sure it's probably a similar reason being. But again, I can't tell exactly. I mean, you haven't got as many good players coming through the systems, I suppose, in the clubs and all that sort of stuff. I don't know, like 100%. I'm not fully aware of the whole club's system over there, but I can only put it down to that.
Okay. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Pete. Claire.
I will tell you what changed that game. Darcy Graham.
When he came off.
Yeah, when he came off, and I believe he's out now till he might miss the Six Nations as well.
He's out till about 12 o'clock, I'd say.
He was opening them wide up. And when he came off, the game completely changed. I would say if Darcy, I'd say if Darcy Graham had stayed on, it would have been a different result.
You think so?
Yes, I do think so. Yeah, it was.
What was the injury?
His knee. His knee is gone, and he is. From reports I'm reading, they're saying February sometime. So he's going to be gone from the Six Nations.
Oh, so he's rightly banjoed.
So he is rightly banjoed, yeah. Apparently they're saying he's going to miss. He's going to miss the first Six Nations game for Scotland. There's a chance he could be back for the second one, but at the moment he's out till at least February. Yeah. Apart from that, I turned it off. Then I turned it off because I had to go out somewhere. So
sure, he was gone after the first 10-15 minutes or something like that.
15 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he can. I believe if he had stayed, I know one player doesn't make a game, but they were
except for Bod.
Except for Bod. Bod is God. Apart from, I think it might have been a different result.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have been. Maybe the scoreline might have been a bit closer, but I don't think Edinburgh, even if Darcy Graham had stayed on the pitch, I don't think Edinburgh would have won that. Are you still there?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, right, okay. All right, Matt. The next game, Connacht v Benetton. Walk in the park, really, for Connacht.
Yeah. Again, I predicted Connacht to win.
All right, would you stop banging on about your fucking face?
Well done, Matt.
Just fucking telling you the facts as it is, you know.
Setting yourself up for a fall there, Matt. Now, careful.
Look, you know, it's always the way you can predict teams to beat other teams by 30 odd points. I think Duffy's renowned for doing that and then getting fucking arseways.
She is.
You need to ring a bell, Peter. First slag to the other group.
That's yeah. But again, you know, I mean, any team can beat any team on a good day if the other team are playing a fucking shite, you know, and you can see that from the internationals, you know. But I mean, Connacht are kind of they're on a good path at the minute. I don't know, they have a couple of good wins, the last ones now. I mean, I say they're on a good path. They're not they're not fucking brilliant. They're nowhere near
No.
like the level that they should be or could be at. And I think that's partially for Friend going at the end of the season. I think that has a terrible effect on teams when they find out during a season when coaches are going at the end of the season. I think they just give up all hope. We saw it when Joe Schmidt announced he was leaving after the World Cup, and Ireland fell to shite during that World Cup. I mean, you know, I don't know why coaches do it or what's the reasoning behind it, but I mean, fucking sit down in the office with the CEOs of the clubs and just go, right, I'm leaving at the end of the season. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell the fucking team. Let's just power on the way we're going, and then when the season's over, we'll announce it then and just be gone. You know, I think it's just better. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it anyway. But again, Benetton can be, and they are a decent enough side. I think they won the Rainbow Cup there not so long ago. Am I right or wrong there or something?
Yeah, no, they did. They won the band. Yeah, they won it.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know, so I mean, you know, they're a good side as well. And given the whole Italian thing at the minute, like, I mean, there's a good system over there, you know, and you see it in the national squad. They're coming along leaps and bounds. It's only going to be a matter of time before Benetton and Zebra start doing a bit better. You know, I like Benetton as a team generally, but they weren't at it against Connacht.
Yeah, fair enough.
Although they were probably freezing the bejesus off themselves on the cold, windy,
Yeah, probably
rainy
doesn't
night.
help.
Probably,
No.
probably. Yeah.
It looks lovely, and then you're going, oh, I can feel the cold sitting here watching it on the telly.
Yeah, exactly.
Blue balls. Peter Martin, Connacht v Benetton.
Yeah, I actually think I predicted Benetton to beat them as well. So there you go, 2 from 2. Yeah, look, Benetton pretty much make up most, or if not all, of the Italian national team.
Well, 1 to 8 anyway, I think they do.
Yeah, pretty much. They've an awful lot more apart from their Saffir contingent. Yeah, look, Connacht have got their shit together a little bit for this match. Paul Boyle was outstanding. Just trying to quick flick through the stats, you know me, and
he was very good, Pete. He was very good.
Yeah, he got across the line himself, and you know, all carries, passes, the whole shooting gallery. He performed. Yeah, look, they put good double scores, like that's a tonkin in any language. So look, just wait and see, you know, what's going forward. Just regarding who's going to come into Connacht, there seems to be significant radio silence. Like, you know, the focus. I know we're going to get to it later on, but
Eddie Jones.
Fuck off.
Funny you say that, Claire. I got a message in a family group there today about Jones fucking getting sacked and all, and I literally just put under it going, maybe he's going to Connacht. Just as a fucking as a piss take, but sure, do you imagine?
He doesn't know where Connacht is. That's the kind of line he'll come out with.
He's
exactly, yeah.
And then he'll call us a great bunch of lads. The lads will go, yeah, great bunch of lads.
I cannot stand him. He's like fucking Munster to Peter Burke. You know, I just fucking hate Eddie Jones. I hated him when he was in South Africa. I hated him when he was in fucking Australia. I hated him when he was in fucking Japan.
So actually, Matt, what do you think?
I think the only people who actually like him is his own family, because I think his Australians don't like him.
Honestly, I honestly don't think his family even like him. He's the biggest fucking turncoat you'd ever see in your life.
He's a twat. He's a twat.
Claire.
That's put it politely.
Yes, well,
Connacht v.
I didn't genuinely know. I didn't see it. I'll be honest. No.
Oh,
I didn't see much rugby last weekend.
Jesus, like you.
Were you out and about? What were you doing?
No, not like me at all. But yeah, no, I didn't see much rugby.
Fair enough. Claire, I'll come back to you, so because I know you saw this one. Leinster v Ulster.
I don't know. The person I was sitting beside kept talking to me all day.
No, you can't fucking bang it on to me about, they fixed the fucking PA system. I can fucking hear you.
I actually meant to send a screenshot. I got an email, and all the season ticket holders from Leinster got an email, and it included in the email the fact that they had fixed the speakers in the RDS. I was like,
I'm glad you did, because you wouldn't fucking shut up about it. Oh my God, that's amazing. I can hear it. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Yes, Claire, I'm standing right here. I'm fucking sitting right here. Yes, I can hear it. Christ almighty. Go on, anyway, Claire, I'm back to you. Leinster v Ulster. Leinster winning that eventually 38-29. Wasn't looking good initially, but
wasn't looking good at all with the cards that I know you agree all day long, Peter, it was a red.
For
I
Healy,
don't
yeah.
know what the other lads think. I think it may have been a yellow.
No,
I think it believe it could have been mitigated down to a yellow.
no, head contact, straight red all day. No question.
Okay, we will sure agree to disagree.
Go on.
I will, and I did say it to you. I did, and Dominic was on the other side. I did say I thought I did genuinely think we were going to get beat playing in our with 14 men. But Dominic did say to me, "No, you have to believe we will do it," and I'm kind of going, okay. But yeah, it was the first half not so great. Second half, as you know yourself, absolutely amazing. Ring rolls, absolutely amazing.
Fantastic.
Ross Bourne, Andrew Porter.
Yeah.
Just the whole. I'm going to say they were channeling Johnny, but it was the whole way they were geeing up the crowd, and every time they scored and every time they went over the line, and they just had that aggression or belief and that was just, it was amazing. And if the Healy card was a red card, then the Ulster card should have been a red card. If you're going to
which one? What also? Which one?
Ulster got yellow in the second half.
Who got it? Sorry,
Hume.
I can't remember.
Hume,
yeah. But it was a very similar instance to the Keane Healy instance.
But Claire,
but the ref was shy.
What?
The ref was shy.
I mean, he was all right. But come here to me, no, but because you were there, sit beside me, was it in the second half, from looking at it live, was it that Leinster dominated or Ulster just fucking went, here, no chance of winning this?
I think it was a bit both. No, I think it was the Ulster, Leinster kind of, we're not getting these get over, and Ulster sat back and went, I think we're going to do this. And with at times in that second half, you would have thought it was Leinster playing with 15 and Ulster playing with 14.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Matt, did you see the game? Or what did you think of it?
I did indeed, yeah. And yeah, absolutely. Like the first couple of minutes, you could have sworn that the match was going to go against us, but you have to say credit to the lads. You know, they really just came out in the second half and turned it around, turned it on their head. I mean, they were down by what, like 19 points at halftime.
Yeah.
You know, and it's no mean feat to come back into a game. The red card, yeah, I thought it was a little bit harsh considering. But I guess the referees, they're ruling this to the book. You know, if you're high, if there's any sort of head contact, it's game over. You're off. And I do agree with it, but I can see now that they've actually overturned it and overruled the red card now down to a yellow, so he's available to play for Racing weekend, which is probably a fair after game kind of reflection on it. But again, the referees, they're given the rule books and they're told we need to clamp down on head injuries and concussions and all, and they only see it one way. If you're upright going into a tackle and you've got head contact, it's off the ball. You're off the team. You're out. You know, and I understand. You know, like, but in saying that, like, I'd say the lads went off at halftime and got an absolute bollocking from Cullen and co, and just said, "Here, listen, get out and just fucking play rugby and get this back to even save a fucking losing bonus point." Or I'd say that was the kind of goal, but they just came out and, you know, Ulster just faded away. Their discipline kind of started fading away in the second half. 2 yellow cards, and that literally 2 yellow cards. Then it was literally game on, and they just overtook and ran away with it. Now, in saying that, I did feel a little sorry for Ulster, because there's nothing worse than going in at halftime leading by 19, 20 points and then getting beaten at the end. You do. I always feel sorry for teams, but look, credit to Leinster again. You know, hats off. A lot of outstanding performances. Gary Ringrose, Andrew Porter, I think he got man of the match. but it was across the board. The whole lot of them, they all fucking, they just did it.
Yeah.
They did the job, and end the story. No complaints.
Brilliant. Okay. Like that, Matt. Peter Martin.
Yeah, I thought it was one of the best games of the season.
It was.
Yeah, well,
I would put it up there, just thinking off the top of my head, I'd put it up there with Ireland, South Africa as regards a contest. Like, look, at the end of the day, coming back to the red card, yes, it was a red card going by the rules, but I did think it was a bit harsh. Whether you could say is the right thing or the wrong thing had been overturned, that's, I think, look, the referee probably did what he had to do in the moment, and that's fair enough. The red card certainly galvanised Leinster. It took them a while to get their act together, but the second half, like, they came out and they were angry. Claire's alluded to, like, the aggression and all that, but there was anger in that scrum. Like, Healy, up until he got the red card, I thought he wasn't doing anything on the pitch. He conceded a scrum penalty against Marty Moore. Then he got the red card. So
surprisingly against Marty Moore. Jeez.
Yeah, look, I've my own opinion. I think Healy's pretty much in the way out, to be honest with you. I just don't see when he comes on the pitch, when he starts, because he's not really, like, he doesn't for a guy of his stature and experience and so on. I'm just not seeing what he brings to the team as impact. Start him, yes, but coming on off the bench, I just haven't seen him where he's basically come on the pitch. I can't remember him coming on the pitch at any stage in the last 2 years where he's been used primarily as an impact sub, and he's all of a sudden won scrum penalties, the first couple of scrums he's actually come on and do, like, so, like, I just don't see it there with him. Porter, on the other hand, holy fucking shit, like, what a performance, like, pure aggression, and he absolutely destroyed Moore.
Yeah.
And he gave O'Toole a hard time as well. But I think you have to comment on Ringrose's leadership. Like, he basically grabbed that team and got them back in it.
Yeah.
2 tries in the space of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He got the team level. I thought, like, Ringrose is outstanding. Obviously,
Josh.
Porter got man of the match. Josh was good, but I think you have to mention Ryan Baird. He was
absolutely. Yeah,
like, I think, to be fair, he's been reinvented. He's kind of nailed down, I think, or he's been told, right, Ryan, you're playing 6, and that's it. None of this bouncing in between second row and 6. He's playing 6. It suits him. He's able to use that. He's like a bullock getting around the pitch. He got serious fucking. He had the most amount of carries. Every time he got ball in hand, he was just like a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
So I think that's the place for him.
Do you know why, Pete? Do you know why I think Baird is being pushed out to 6? Because of Deegan and Conan. I think Deegan and Conan played better at 8 than Baird does at 8. I think you're right. I think
Baird. I've never seen Baird play 8. He's played.
No. I mean, Deegan and Conan are occupying the 8 space.
Yeah.
So Baird, where the fuck do you put him? Well, he's a blind side, so put him there and let him shine there. No, I agree with you. I know what you're saying, but you're absolutely right. So Baird, leave him at 6. Let Josh flourish as he does always at 7. Choose either Conan or Deegan at 8, or wherever you want to put. But then again, like
Deegan or Doris for 8.
Doris, yeah. Then where do you put Scott Penny, Will Connors? Like, there's a load of them. Like, Jesus.
They're 7s. That's it. They're just basically lads take a ticket and join the queue behind Josh.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's it in a nutshell. But I do think, like, they've pushed them to 6 because, okay, Jack Dunn is gone. What you call it, and they've got in Jason Jenkins, but, like, I just think it's probably the best place because I think there was a few kind of question marks whether does he have the bulk, does he have it for the actual engine room, like, does he have the grunt? No, Baird.
Oh, Baird. Sorry.
So look, that's where it is. talking about Ross Byrne, I just don't see Ross Byrne like, really. He threw. He was his. I thought to be honest, Ross Byrne wasn't great. You can see that every time the opposition have Ross Byrne twigged. He's not going to take a step when he gets the ball and come forward. And
there's no flair, Pete. There's no flair. No, that's my issue with Ross Byrne. There's no flair. There's no magic. It's all pedestrian. It's all kick to the corner, up and unders. You know what I mean? There's no imagination.
Yeah,
there's no
the opposition. He won't take. Yeah, there's no unpredictability about him. He doesn't challenge the
exactly
way others will.
I think you're right in saying that. Like he's very easily read by the opposition.
Yeah,
yes,
totally.
yes.
They
totally.
know they're looking at him and they're going, he's going to kick it, so I won't go near him. And then, oh no, he's going to try something.
It's either kick or pass. There's no a good fly half should be able to vary his play. Or basically, he kicks so much, he'll pass so much, but he'll also take it on and challenge the line.
He had a couple of shocking passes. I do.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He
missed
and
he is high tackled as well. He was warned by the referee one or two occasions.
Yeah.
And against Glasgow, he got ticking off as well. And he's there throwing his hands in the air, and I'm going, Christ on a bike, you're supposed to be. You are a senior player at Leinster, and you want to get back in that Ireland jersey. Stop doing what you're fucking doing with that high tackling.
Yeah.
If you can't basically take the ball to the line, vary your game. Get your tackling right. It's just don't be a liability.
Yeah. Claire.
Yes.
Go on.
I done me bit at the start, did I not?
I don't know. Let's say something then. Go on.
Oh no!
Tell us a fucking joke or something.
No, I won't tell you a joke. But just the South Sea Sharks and the Ospreys game.
Oh God.
No, I'm not talking about the game. Just
what?
Any team going to South Africa are really going to have to watch, because Ospreys were a goal of them got taken out by this stomach bug down there again. So that's the 3 teams.
Oh, is this the fucking water thing again?
Well, apparently, they got E. coli. They got E. coli again. So the same as what Ulster and Edinburgh, I believe, wasn't it, that suffered when they were down there? The games were postponed. Ospreys.
In other words, what you're saying is they're poisoning the travelling teams down to South Africa to get the win.
There you go, Matt. That's it.
I did not actually say that, but
Claire definitely said that the South African teams are poisoning the opposition when they come.
Just seems to be that the travelling teams.
It's a conspiracy. Fucking Razzie is at it again.
Oh, the fuck. Anyway, come here to me, Peter Martin. Guess how old Keane Healy is?
He is 35.
Correct and right. Well done. Which is some performers for a prop. Anyway, there you go. Let's get my phone out there. Hold on 1 second now. I actually need to go for a piss, but hold on 1 second.
Not really, because you're hosting the.
Yeah, I know that. I know. I'm not. I'll go into.
Whatever you do, don't do it on camera, Peter.
No, I'm not.
Just turn off the microphone and get the bottle.
I'm not going to do anything with this. Stop. I'll hold it. I'll tie a knot in it.
We're going before we start this every week. We're just going to have to go. Peter, do you need to go to the toilet? Now, are you sure?
You need to go for a piss.
Right. Anyway, Matt, I'm going to you first for next. That was last weekend's games. Next weekend's games on Saturday, the 10th of December. The first game up, Matt, we have Leinster are away to Racing in the Heineken Cup. Racing, whatever the fuck, I don't care. Go on.
Technically, the first Irish.
Oh my God! Jesus Friday.
Technically, the first game for any of the Irish team is the Sevens on Friday. But
actually,
anyway.
that's a good point. Didn't Sevens win down in fucking?
We're not talking about the fucking Sevens rugby. We're talking about the 15 rugby.
But we are, Peter.
Sevens as well. It's still rugby. It's called the Irish.
I'm gonna go and take that piss, Peter.
Irish rugby banter, not Irish rugby 15 banter. I know, but you still leave me in. Still let me in.
Fuck. Anyway,
just good luck to the Irish Sevens, because they done very well last week. So good luck to them. And now back to you, Peter.
It's actually over to Matt, because I asked
Leinster.
Matt.
Sorry, Matt. Over to you, Matt.
Leinster to win.
Really? Okay. All right. You don't think racing? Do you think racing or racing or whatever the fuck you call them? Do you think they pose any sort of threat?
No, they will, of course. I mean, Jesus, the French teams are class outfits. You know, from the top. You look at the top 14, right? In the top 14, the top 8 teams between 1 to 8, there'll be a 10 points difference between them all, from first to 8. So in any 2 weeks, somebody could go from 8 to first. It's a bonkers league. You've got the big hitters like Racing, Toulouse, Toulon, not so much anymore, but La Rochelle. You know, they're all thereabouts, and even like down the bottom of the table where the relegation zone is, it's constantly changing. The bottom 4 teams are always kind of points away from relegation zone. It's just so hard to predict that league, you know, and it's great to watch. Being honest, worked with a fella, a Frenchman. He's from Pau and supports Pau big time in a big way, and it's just fucking bananas. But look, Racing are a great team.
Yeah,
got some great players. You know, your favorite. Well, bar your favorite, but you know they will put a good. You know, look, it's going to be close. I think Leinster will win outright overall, but you know, it's going to be a tough one. It could be very small margins will determine the course of that game. You know, there'll definitely be a card or two. If it's on Leinster side, it could be difficult to overturn Racing away if we're down to 14 for a long period of time. Again, on their side, you know, if they lose a man or two or whatever, look, it's going to be a great game. Champions Cup week and first Champions Cup weekend is always a whopper, and the teams are going out straight away to make a point, because you get that first win in that group stages, you're on a good roll, good momentum going into the Christmas break. You know, they're going to want to win. You know, and I'd say you'll see the likes of Johnny Sexton and Tyke Furlong playing some part, or
that's if Sexton is available to play. Apparently himself and Furlong are not, or a doubt.
Look, they're a doubt. You know, you don't know. They could easily turn up the day before and be named in the squad. You know.
True.
Wait and see. It's just wait and see. No doubt about it. It'll be a cracker of a match. But I'm gonna go with Leinster. I'd never bet against Leinster. Being honest with you, I just, you know, support the team. I'd never go against them.
All right. Great job. Good points, Matt. Peter Martin.
Yeah. Look, I think Leinster at this stage they've enough there to beat Racing, regardless of where even away. Like, we've got the bulk, they've got the bulk. Like, you know, the addition of Jenkins that's the reason why, that's his reason that really with the Leinster is to be that bulk for the French teams to deal with the add that little bit more oomph at set piece time and around the pitch, like, you know, so Leinster don't get overpowered. So there's enough security in the set piece to basically launch the plays and you know, meet them. So
So you go with Leinster?
Yep.
Claire?
I think Leinster, and I think the fact that Racing aren't playing in their home ground is going to go against them as well.
Where are they playing?
The Harve.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because some bright spark in Racing Metro will get them rented the stadium out to Ed Sheeran or some band.
Oh fuck! I heard about that.
They
done a Munster. They done a Munster last year. They done a Munster.
Well, no one could fuck up as much as Munster now. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, they done. They have the stadium rented out to. For some reason in my head I'm thinking Ed Sheeran, but probably not. Probably some French rock band. And it's where they're playing is about 3 hours from Paris, so you may not get their fans traveling as well. So
did France actually have a rock band?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, they've loads.
But who?
They've loads of fucking bands.
Les Rock Band.
La raison d'etre.
Oh, that.
I don't fucking know. Anyway,
I'm going to
right.
Google it for you now.
The what?
I'm going to Google it for you now. French rock.
Go on.
French rock band.
Go on, we wait. Go on.
Phoenix, Le Femme.
Never
No
heard
one
of
is innocent. Yeah, there's loads of them. Yeah, there's loads of them.
Well, call out a few there and see if I've heard them, or any one of us
Phoenix,
have
Le
heard them.
Femme, she did already.
Nord
go on.
Dessert, Phoenix, Le Femme, Mano Negre. No one is innocent. Gojira. That looks like good. Bayonne Metal Heroes there.
Yeah, I do.
Sounds like a dodgy fucking porn movie.
That's the fucking seconds of the Bayonne rugby team.
There you go. Right, Claire, coming back anyway, leaving their French rock scene behind. Connacht v Newcastle. Go on, Claire.
Who's home away?
Connacht are at home.
Connacht will win.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon Connacht will win, yeah.
No.
Newcastle haven't been playing great in the Premiership.
Newcastle are shit.
I didn't say they were shit. I just said they haven't been playing great.
No, they're I'm saying they're shit. There you go.
Okay, although the weather in Newcastle is quite similar to the weather.
They're not playing in Newcastle. They're playing in Connacht.
Okay, will you let me finish? But shut up, Borky. I was trying to talk. Like I'm still talking. I mean, like I'm still conversing here, and you're interrupting me.
Go on.
The weather. I was going to say the weather could go against Newcastle, but they have similar weather, so they're probably used to that rainy, cold. Sorry, James. The rainy, cold weather that is the sports grounds in December.
Yeah.
I reckon Connacht. I reckon Connacht will do it. Now you can talk.
Is that your point? Is that what you interrupted me for? To say that?
I didn't interrupt you. You interrupted me. You asked me a question and I hadn't finished talking. Now I am. Now I'm passing back to you.
Grand. Okay then. Matt.
I'm going with Connacht.
Right. Okay. Why?
Simply because Newcastle are shite and Connacht are on a good. Okay. They're on a good high from winning the last couple of games, so I can't see them losing.
Well, come here to me, Matt. You said there a few minutes ago that Connacht are where they should be, and they're 12th or something in the URC table. I think that's where they should be. That's where they deserve to be on their form and where they're at.
Their form prior to the last maybe 3-4 games was pretty pants, and that's why they're 12th at the minute. But the last couple of games now, they've had a good couple of games where they've put some good phases of play together, got some good wins. I reckon they're going to take that kind of momentum into the challenge.
Matt, against easy fucking opposition though. Like it's very easy to.
I mean, if that's why they're in the Challenge Cup. It's the losers fucking cup, really. You know, I mean, there's nothing else really to say. You know.
Yeah.
They're not the greatest team they can be. We all know they can be better, but they're playing the shitter teams that weren't able to get into the Champions Cup. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Because they get the South Africans into the European Champions Cup.
Yeah, which I don't agree with. Anyway, that's another discussion. Peter Martin, Connacht v Newcastle.
Yeah, Connacht.
Is anything else, or just in between your crisps? Anything else you want to add to that, or no? Just Connacht. Because Connacht will win.
The back to boys in green. Yeah. I saw a few bits and pieces there that Newcastle are a bit kind of mixed, or they're
tried.
Well, kind of the Connacht of the Premiership. So.
Oh, that's a good comparison, Pete. I like that.
Not only a stat man, he's our comparison man now.
I tell you, I like that bit. That's actually quite a good. That's actually quite a good comparison.
You're multifaceted.
Inspired by hunky dories.
There you go. What flavour? What flavour are they?
Cheese and onion, I'd say.
Cheese and onion.
Yeah, go behind yourself.
Can't go against the cheese and onion, Chris.
No. Right, Matt, to you first this time. Sale versus Ulster. Sale are at home. Ulster are travelling.
I'm going to go with Sale on that one.
Right. Okay. Why? All right. I tend to agree with you.
I think Sale are one of those teams in the Premiership that can overturn any team on a certain day. They're there thereabouts always in the Premiership. You know, it's a tough place to go to get a win. We've gone there and been successful winning, but it's been a tough match, and I can't see Ulster going on their previous couple of performances, especially against Leinster. You know, just I can see them doing well in the first 40 minutes, maybe leading at the break, but then you know, fading away and ending up losing. But I don't think it's going to be a massive loss for them. They might come away with a losing bonus point. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think Sale are going to win.
Yeah, I would agree 100% with you there, Matt. They lose a bonus point for Ulster, and I think Sale will win it. Yeah, Peter Martin.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of, I think, what was it? Was it last season in the Champions Cup? They met as well. They met last season. I'm pretty certain they met previously.
They probably did,
yeah. I actually think Ulster. I actually fancy Ulster for this.
I agree with you, Peter. I do think Ulster are going to win it. It's going to be tough, but I do think Ulster are going to win.
Claire. I'm coming to you. Go on, Peter.
Yeah. Not enough as really to say. I think Ulster. I think Ulster will actually beat them.
Right. Okay. Right, Claire. Go on. You're trying to get in there.
I've already said my piece.
You haven't. You're interrupted, Peter Martin. So go on, say your piece now. You think Ulster are going to win?
Yes, I do think. I agree with Peter Martin. Apologies for interrupting you, Peter. But
you're all right, Claire.
You know me. I interrupt everyone all the time.
That's true.
I do think Ulster are going to win it. I have a feeling that Ulster will win. And only if someone knocks Faf out as well. And if Faf the Clerk starting for Sale.
Faf the Cock.
No, not to the cock and the no.
No,
that shot again now.
What did Peter Manny call him? Shut up, Goldilocks or something like that. He said.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me with that.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
right. Right.
The face on someone you'd love to hit.
Well, there you go. Claire, the last game. I'm going to you first. The last game on next weekend is a tough one. This could be the game of the weekend. Munster v Toulouse. I don't fancy Munster's chances here.
Toulouse.
Yeah.
I reckon Toulouse.
Do you think it'll be a comprehensive win or?
No, I don't think it'll be a comprehensive win. I'd say it'll be about between 5 and 7 and 5 to 7 in it.
Oh, I think it'll be more than that, Claire.
I think so. I'm only saying this because I fly to Toulouse Airport and I want them to get me in.
Yeah, well, all right, there you go.
Actually, speaking of Toulouse, the rugby shop in Toulouse Airport is absolutely amazing for anyone that's traveling that way. If you want a Toulouse jersey,
who the fuck in Jesus wants a fucking Toulouse jersey?
Some of them are nice. Some of them are nice. Some of them are. Even if Nike do make the jersey, some of them are nice.
Christ, fuck almighty, what am I fucking doing here? Right, Matt. Munster v Toulouse. Munster at home.
Yeah, I fancy Toulouse for this one. I mean, the Toulouse team you have now, and even last season and kind of the season before that, is a Toulouse team of years ago, and you know they're bringing it back. The Toulouse turn is back. You know, they're flying it, and I think they're a very good outfit. And given the fact that you've got 9 and 10 Dupont and Entimac even playing for France, you know, the pair of them, they're a class act alone. You know, it's going to be very hard for Munster. I think it could be a very convincing win for Toulouse. I fancy Toulouse to do really well in the Champions Cup this year. You know, I mean, it's going back years when teams used to play Toulouse, they'd fucking hop off everyone. And I think the first time Leinster beat Toulouse, it was the first time we won the Champions Cup, and like
that's
it was,
right.
it was a massive shock. And I remember watching that match and just thinking, fucking hell, that's a brilliant game. I think it was a semi-final. We beat them in the semi-final to get to the final.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it was back then. That's when Toulouse were on the way down, and they haven't been around really much for the last few years. But I think they're back.
They're back now, though, Matt.
They are back.
Right.
Unfortunately for the likes of Leinster, who are desperately seeking the 5th star and have been so close the last couple of seasons, but I think we will get it. But Toulouse will be the team to watch.
Yeah, true. Very true. Good point, Matt. Good points, Claire. Peter Martin, Munster v Toulouse.
I think it's the makings of going to be an absolute cracker of a game.
Yeah.
I think Munster they've gotten so much confidence out of that win against South Africa A with basically a
God, are we still talking about this fucking seriously, are we going to have a fucking play about this fucking shit?
Jesus, I mentioned
that's
that
enough now.
week and I got the same fucking reaction.
So one needs to take control and shut him up, will you?
Go up, Borgie.
No, I do think I'll stick by my assertions. I think they've taken great confidence from that. Will they win in Thomond Park? I'd say there could be I don't expect either team, if there's a win in from either team, to beat the other out the gate. I'd say there could be 5 points in it. I think they'll take a huge amount of confidence from it. Things are slowly but surely. Don't get me wrong, they're far from the finished article, but I think they're about from where they were basically falling to bits of, phase play. I think Munster are about 70% of the way there. And I think if they get the crowd with them, if Thomond Park is absolutely levitating on the day, I think yourself with French teams, sometimes they don't travel. Munster get a good head of steam up, get up, manage to get a couple of scores on the board, preferably get 15-0 up inside 20-25 minutes. Could be a very bloody interesting match.
And just so everyone knows, it's actually on RTE this week. That match is on RTE.
Oh, is it? All right.
It's that match is. RTE have rights for, I think, so many of the Champions Cup matches.
What about the other games, Claire? Do you know, or I actually haven't really looked.
No, that's this one. The Leinster game is on BT, or
right,
for anyone that has it, Super Sport Rugby.
Okay, fair enough. Peter Martin, what time we asked?
That's actually a good point, Claire, you raise. I think it's a good thing to mention the different channels, because everybody can keep seeing it on threads.
Yeah.
People asking where's this game on.
Yeah, exactly.
The Leinster game is on Super Sport Rugby BT, or for anyone that has a BN Sport,
BN.
Yeah, BN. That one. The Ulster game or the Munster game is on BT as well, but RTA as well, and the Ulster game. Hold on, I'll just check it here because I have the thing open.
Probably on Premier Sport, I say.
BT, BN, and Super Sport.
BT. Okay, and the Connacht game, is that on terrestrial or?
No, Connacht game will be on the same BT as well. There's only one Champions Cup rugby shown on terrestrial, and this week it's Munster.
Okay, fair enough. They have to have one. Okay.
Most of the Champions Cup and Challenge Cups games are on BT because BT have the rights. So,
but don't BT have the rights to the home games for England in the Six Nations?
No.
Is that right? Is that right? No.
Is it not Prime now? Have the
Peter.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
There you go.
Yeah.
Took the word. That is so something.
Flying fuck.
That is so something I'd say.
Yeah,
Thank you, Peter.
No
problem. That's what I'm here for all day.
There you go.
Well, it is actually good that RTE are starting to show the rugby again. But
Claire, they don't have the money though to compete.
Oh no, they don't. No, and I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it is good that they're starting to show it. They don't have the money to compete with BT and Sky and
Amazon
and
Prime
Amazon
showed
and
us fucking
whoever else.
this load of
Yeah.
bollocks. So who the
Cost the
fuck
500, the 500 packages you need to watch rugby.
I know, true, very true. Anyway, folks, right, that's the game's
No
done.
chance.
2 items before. Actually, sorry, Peter. What time are we at?
55 minutes.
Right, so we got 5 minutes to discuss these last 2 topics.
5 minutes.
Best of luck.
Well, all right, we do our best in 5 minutes. Right, 5 minutes. Right, Peter Martin, I'll go to you first. Gatland taking over from Pivac. Go for it. Thoughts. What's the thinking there? Quick.
The thinking is that they're basically shitting their hands and clapping the Welsh Rugby Union. Like, what else is there to say? Like, they've wet themselves. You know, say, it's a band-aid.
Yeah,
that's it. It's a band-aid. Like, I think Gatland probably. Look, he's there for, it's a reasonably short-term contract, isn't it? He's there basically
2 years. 2 years.
Oh, is it 2 years?
2 years he signed for, 2 years.
I thought it was literally until the end of the World Cup. Right, there you go. I think they'll find out fairly quickly. Look, it'll take all his skills as a motivator, because talent-wise, they've an aging pack of forwards. They've a couple of young players, but.
And they've no one coming through. They've no one.
We've spoken about that previously. They've no one coming through. The regions are in shite. You have Sam Warburton saying they have to tear it up and start again.
Yeah.
Every Welsh fan I've seen on ruck.co.uk and every other fucking page on Facebook is basically saying it's a shit show. It's a mess. He's coming back. He'll get a few before. There's no hope in the Welsh fans' tones from what I can see.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
So that's it.
Right. Great job. Thanks, Pete. Matt.
I think it's sheer desperation to get a coach in to try and do something. But as Peter said, they haven't coach what, to fucking save what? They're already shit. There's nothing coming through. And I laugh at Gatland. I mean, desperation on the WRU to try and get him back to coach to save the fucking thing, but. Is it desperation for fucking Gatland to get back in? I mean, what the fuck's he gonna do? He's
money.
He's got
money. He's gone back for the money.
Pure fucking desperation. But that's what it is. There's no other way to describe it. Fuck. Jesus. I mean, going back to what? What's there? What's coming through? If there was signs of the club rugby scene or the juniors doing well or whatever. I mean, he's not. He's a good coach. Yeah, granted. Yeah, he's done really well with Wales previously,
but he doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the time, Matt.
There's no fucking saving that shite.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Claire.
I said it the other day in the group chat. It's a bit like taking your ex back, hoping it'll work out. Yeah, being positive it'll work out. And after about 2 weeks, it all goes fucking tits up. He's going back for the money, and that's what I think. He's going back for the money. I believe it's going to go tits up as long as they don't beat us, because his first game back is us, isn't it? In the Six Nations.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Anyway, right, Claire, we're rapidly running out of time. The last one, Eddie Jones. Gone.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Was it a wise move by the RFU to sack him this close to the World Cup?
I don't think it was a wise move by the RFU to kick him out 9 months before. But depends on Richard Cockrell and Stephen Borthwick.
Borthwick is taking over apparently.
Yeah. I don't know. According to ex-players and people that have come out, Jones is a prick. So yeah, probably not a great loss to them. So,
but for the team morale this close to a World Cup,
the team morale was shite anyway.
I know, but I mean, if you're going to fire a coach this close to a World Cup, was it the right decision, or should they have just stuck with and just
the team morale was shite under him. It was shite. It wasn't getting any better. So yeah, get out and get someone else in. This close
to World Cup.
Yeah, this close to a World Cup. Yeah, maybe the team morale will. Maybe they'll shock us all in the Six Nations, and because we have them at home. Actually, we have them at home.
We do.
The 18th of March we play them at home.
Right, yeah.
That's right,
Yeah.
Matt, the sacking of Eddie Jones, was that the right move?
Fucking delighted. I hate the prick. But listen, you know,
Show
I
your
mean,
true
again,
colours here, Matt.
again, it's another desperation thing, you know, and looking at it this close to a World Cup, it's going to go either way. You know, they're going to say it was the best decision ever. Look at the performance. We did so fucking well. Or if they do shite, they'll go, well, what do you expect to sacking your coach 9 months out from World Cup? They're scapegoat. They've got a scapegoat fucking lovely little excuse now in case of a shite performance. You know, I think he had to go. You know, the players weren't playing for him there. A lot of fucking rumors of how bad he is, back room and all that sort of shite. But again, that's all hearsay. You don't know. But I'm fucking delighted. I hated him. Think he was an arrogant, ignorant fucker. And, you know, good luck to him. See you.
Scummy Irish.
Yeah, you know, and his renowned fucking comments and what he was saying about Johnny Sexton, all that fucking bullshit. I worried for his parents. Stick that up in your pipe and smoke it, you bollocks.
Yeah, good man. A man asked me on earth there, Matt. Well said. Peter Martin.
Yeah, look, I don't think it makes a damn bit of difference. I think the problems are far rooted, more deep rooted than Eddie Jones. I think the English are a bit deluded. Seeing some of the comments are like their heads are stuck in the cloud. They think they've got their Premiership is a great bloody competition, and they've got buckets of talent. They do not. You know, it's look, I slightly disagree with Matt insofar as the players weren't paying for him, because I think that's one thing you could take from the performances particularly against, I suppose, New Zealand, not so much maybe against South Africa, but the players, like they've shown character as a minimum, the English team under Jones, which basically means, like, you know, they'll come back when they've conceded points, they come back into the game, they fight their way back. So that's a trait that's there. It's amongst the players as a group. But like that, there's an awful lot of stories about, like, Max Malins, why he was dropped, and like that, very impersonal, very nasty personal stuff he was saying. Jones is alleged to have said to players. Mike Brown has come out.
Yes.
Zach Mercer, various. All you do is go onto ruck.co.uk and you see all the players are coming out basically saying he's an arsehole. He was nasty to me. I didn't, I couldn't understand why I was dropped. All this kind of stuff. You know, he spent more time basically making it about himself in front of calling everybody, "Hey, mate," in press conferences than actually, you know, being a good, I suppose, coach and a better person to players and getting them, you know, put the arm around the shoulder and say, "Look, you're crap maybe at the moment, but this is what I want from you. This is what I know I can see from you if you get your knuckle down." Like proper man management, rather than saying, "Hey, mate, you're fucking shit, like, piss off." You know, like, it's caveman kind of stuff. So, look, you know, England.
You know what, Pete? The only player that England have at the moment who gives 100% every time he's on the pitch, sometimes to his detriment, other times to the winning side, is Ellis Gange. He's the only player who gives a fucking socks for England.
Yeah.
Despite who they're playing. And Toje, you can fuck off. He decides what games he wants to play in.
He's a walking penalty.
Like, Smith, great player, but
Jones doesn't like him.
Hot and cold. I mean, the only player who ever gives it socks is Ellis Gange. And that's been on. That's what I've seen. That's what I've seen.
I've been inclined to agree with you there.
Yeah, didn't Jones have that fucking famous saying? It's like fucking a draw is like fucking kissing your sister or something fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Kissing your fucking sister, mate.
Yeah. He did. Right. Anyway, folks, what are we at? We're probably over the hour mark. We're probably trying to wrap it up. So fuck off the lot of you. It's been a pleasure as always, and we shall do it again next week. And hopefully Danny Brosnan and his crew have made a fucking balls of it. Good night, folks, and thanks a million as always. We'll talk soon. Good luck.
All right, toodaloodles.
Right, good luck.
Good luck. See you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.